So we're here at Star Wars Fun Day. I'm here with Michael.
Hello.
How is the weekend going for you so far?
It's been lovely. I mean, it's my first Star Wars convention. I was meant to go a couple of years back. I couldn't make it. It's just what's lovely is to just sort of meet so many people who found this world, obviously through the films and the stories, and then they've got this whole world within the world, which is this world of fandom and collecting Star Wars stuff and signatures and meeting people and also collecting friends and you lot have all become such tight mates, and that's what I'm going to walk away from this sort of with this memory of meeting all these lovely people who have a great bit of banter.
It's a great observation you make, collecting friends, because it kind of is part of
you're collecting all this stuff which other people in other corners of the world would be interested in. I think what everybody has in common, whether they go fishing or train spotting or go to the theatre, Star Wars is that you find your tribe. I think that's what I'm getting out of this, is finding you guys, watching you guys, let your cares or troubles disappear for 48 hours and have a good time together.
Back to the madness of life.
Then back to the madness of life. It's the balance, isn't it? Of course.
Oh, well said. Well said. So coming into the Star Wars galaxy as you did on Last Jedi, how did that all come about?
So I'm an actor. I have an agent, Newbold, who cast those movies. Fortunately for me, as a fan, and it's probably in various other films, projects. I was in Les Mis, 1917, Last Night in Soho. I'm one of those jobbing actors that play coppers and soldiers and dads and things like that. And I got a call when The Force Awakens was sort of in post-production to say, would you be interested, from my agent, in being in it? Being in what? Being in the next Star Wars? Yes. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I'm not a Trekkie. I'm not into anything else. I always watch Star Wars. Would I be interested? Yeah, of course I would. And then it was a case of, right, so this is the deal. Ryan, who's directing it, he doesn't really audition. He looks at people's show reels, and so if you're up for it, because some actors might not be up for it for whatever reason, they don't like Star Wars, or the part isn't big enough, because I think most of them, the lead and supporting lead roles have been cast. Do you want to be a part of the world? Was to quote what was said.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. Do you want to be a part of that world? Yes, I do want to be a part of that world. So then I had a conversation with Nina, because Nina was the casting director, and we had to sort of have a conversation with her for non-disclosure agreement reasons and things like that. And then Ryan looked at my show reel, and I was apparently on the list. And then I remember being in my agent's office in the autumn, because it came out in December, Force Awakens did. And I remember talking about something else, and my agent sort of very casually said, "Oh, by the way, it looks like we're going to get an offer from Star Wars." And I was like, well, hang on, what? Say that again. It looks like we're going to get an offer from Star Wars. And I was like, oh my God. So that was that. But I hadn't auditioned for it. I hadn't gone through all the adrenaline of meeting big directors and getting my knickers into it, start getting the lines. I was like, no, it's just going to Ryan's senior show reel, and it's all good. So cut to December the 16th, 2015, which I think was the day that it was released. I'm from Hull originally, and I was up in Hull, and I went to see it on the morning it was out at 10 o'clock. I went on my own, because I was up there without my wife was working, and my daughter was being looked after by grandparents. So I went on my own, and it was my birthday. Right. So I was like, well, I'm going to treat myself and go to see Star Wars. So I went to see Force Awakens and had a great time of nostalgia, singing, the credits are rolling. I'm in a cinema in my hometown where I don't live anymore. This is cool. And I remember thinking, wouldn't it be cool if it comes my way? And this is no word of a lie. As the credits rolled, my phone started buzzing in my pocket. Somebody's calling me. Picked it up. It was my agent. Right. And I'm sort of in the middle of walking out of the auditorium with playing it in the back. Sorry, Tom. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I've just finished watching Star Wars. Oh, that's great, mate. How was it? Oh, yeah, it's great for her. It's great. It's so lovely to watch it again and sort of be part of the world. Well, funnily enough, you're going to be in the next one. And I was like, and I literally wanted to stand in front of all these guys and women who'd just been to see the new one and go, I'm going to be in the next Star Wars. You know, that's what I wanted to show. I'm going to be in it. So that was that. So I ended up. So long story short, I ended up being cast. I didn't know what I was going to be playing. I knew I was.
Would you have cared?
No, I knew I was going to have. I knew I was going to have a line, and I knew that my face would be in it.
Yeah.
And I knew I would be a character, and I would have. And you sort of knew the deal, but you know you have moments in it. So then, cut to being on set, I still didn't know what I was doing. I kind of knew I was going to be a bad guy, and I showed him on set, and all the sides that you get given on the day, all the script, was kind of blanked out with everything else because again for non-disclosure agreements. And I got on set, and Ryan sort of talked me through the green screen. That there is this mountain range, and that's Luke Skywalker down there. I was like, you know, these words being thrown. Because he hasn't appeared at this point. And I'm going, Luke's back, and I'm going to be in the scene technically. And so then we had the sort of the moment that I have in the film, which is where Kylo throws him against the wall, and I say right away, sir, or whatever it is that I say, it kind of gets got a laugh.
Big time!
It's a nice moment. And Ryan, when we got that shot, he was a lovely guy, came over to me and said, "That's your Star Wars moment. That's it. That's your moment. Okay, that's going to be you."
Yes.
And he knew that I was passionate about because everybody there wanted to be there. So I was on set with the day that I was there with Adam Driver, Donald Gleeson, that's his name. The son of the other Gleeson, and Aid Edmondson, which was lovely to sort of hang out with him. And I hadn't met Aid before, and then so I just had a weird day at work. Quite uncomfortable actually. My helmet was really
It looked awful,
and it sort of it was really tight on the kind of temples of my head and along the bone next to your temples of your skull. So it almost bruised my head. So taking it on and off was really quite painful after like hours of playing. So first world problems. I got to be in Star Wars, and everybody was very lovely. And what I found fascinating was how a set of the cockpit of Kylo Ren's shuttle was really basic in the way it was built. It was literally twinkling lights. There's obviously a lot of it's in soft focus and stuff. It looked like high quality plastic set. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really, really sort of. It felt like, oh my god, this is what it would be like in space.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like plasma screens inside. It was all kind of. And I mean, my.
It's quite low tech, isn't it? Star Wars generally. Buttons and switches.
So, yes, exactly. Buttons and switches and joysticks. So my because I'm the pilot, I'm steering this thing. Was a joystick, an old-fashioned, you know, one of those old joysticks that you stick on a table with a button and a trigger and that. I was like, well, this is like such an Atari joystick.
I was literally going to say Atari.
So it was cool. It was a good day, and that was that. And I shot it, and I made the cut, and I had my Star Wars moment. And here I am today, and I've met really lovely people. And I've just turned to one way.
That's me. That's my mate. I thought you were going to say season 2.
No, I've just bought a lightsaber, an expensive lightsaber.
Is that the lightsaber?
It's Samuel L. Jackson. So and it's a high-end Disney certified, expensive, with all the bells and whistles. And so I thought, do you know what? I'm in Star Wars. I'm here working today. I'm going to purchase some merch.
If you can't buy a lightsaber when you've been in Star Wars, there's a problem.
Exactly. So I thought, why not? So I'm going to be showing all my mates with that. I might take it down to the next week.
You should. And what else is happening with you? What else is happening work-wise?
So I've been really busy over the past 5 years or so. I do a lot of theatre. I haven't been in theatre for a while. I was in Hamilton, the musical, which some people may know about. The King George VII. I play a lot of dads and coppers on TV, which is great. ITV, Netflix, and stuff. The things I've got coming out. There's one thing coming out that I can't really talk about at the moment, and then there's something else called which I can talk about, which is called. I can't talk much about it. Sure, it's called Bodies, which is going to be on Netflix, and it's got Stephen Graham in it and various other brilliant actors. And I play one of the sort of main supporting roles, and that's a big time travel. It's a DC comic actually. It's been expanded and turned into a series. It's a big time travel, whodunit kind of saga. Very, very. I mean, you know, it sounds cliche, but you read scripts and sometimes you're like, oh, I've got to get through this script, and the pages turns, and then the first episode, it's like, wow, this is something banger, and then my character really comes into it. So I'm really excited for that. It's going to be on, hopefully, I think later this year, Bodies on Netflix, and yeah, I mean, bits and bobs on television. I'm in 1917.
Nice.
I'm a jobbing actor who likes to play different roles.
I say you like being busy, you like getting around any place that you go.
Yeah. So yeah, got auditions coming up. Busy this week. Auditions. So who knows what's next?
You've been in Star Wars.
I really Star Wars, and I bought a lightsaber, so I can die happy.
You certainly can. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.